Early the next morning, Mills was awake, sitting up in bed. Tracy, his wife, was asleep by his side. She didn't like the city, with its noise and dirt and crime. Mills studied his wife's face. There was always something about Tracy's face. She had big eyes and a small mouth that reminded him of a child. He thought that it made her more beautiful when she smiled. But she didn't smile so often now that they had moved to the city. Her face always looked worried. Even in her sleep she worried. Maybe this move is a big mistake, thought Mills. Maybe Somerset is right. Maybe Springfield is a better place. No, he thought. He was right to move, but he was happy that Somerset was retiring. He understood why everyone at the precinct wanted him to go. The phone rang. Tracy jumped up. "What is it?" she cried. Mills picked up the phone before it rang twice. "It's okay," he said. "It's only the phone." It was Somerset. Meet me at 377 Baylor Street," he said. The way he spoke annoyed Mills. "What we got?" he asked. "Possible homicide," said Somerset, and hung up before Mills could ask anything more. Outside the apartment block on Baylor Street, Somerset was already waiting when Mills arrived. "We'll need some lights," said Somerset. "The electricity is off inside. Any guess about the time of death?" Mills asked Somerset. "No, but it seems he's been sitting with his face in a plate of spaghetti for 45 minutes now." Inside the apartment there were dirty pots and dishes and open cans and boxes of food everywhere, and there were insects feeding on the garbage. The smell was terrible. A very fat man was sitting at the table with his face in a plate of spaghetti. They had never seen anyone as fat as this one. Somerset saw that his hands and feet were dried. He couldn't understand what had happened. Then the medical examiner came into the room. He took no notice of the detectives. "Do you think it was poison?" asked Mills.